It's Tehachapi time. Maya Acosta, joined today by Ashley Whitmore, and we have Jean Henry, who is newly on our team here to help talk to us all about the Build a Plane program. So joining us to talk more in detail about this program are the experts themselves, Paul Nafziger and Tim McGuire. We have the president and vice president of the Build a Plane program. So thank you both for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, of course. Yeah. So I would like to just kind of dive right into it. Ashley, obviously, as the airport manager, you work closely with the Build a Plane program and a lot of the other cool resources that we have out there at the airport. What to you stands out about the program? And we'll get kind of the nuts and bolts from you two gentlemen. But Ashley, what are your thoughts on the program?
Well, first off, a big thing with airports is getting the community out to those airports to not only, to love the airport and to make it thrive and everything. So this program in particular is one of those things that really gets the community engaged and from a young age. So I know they'll talk more about what the program actually entails, but this is also one of those programs that you're not going to find elsewhere, and it's really going to be because of our location. So you're going to find experts that are teaching and mentoring the children of Tehachapi and getting them into the aerospace industry. So I'm going to let them talk about what it really is that they're doing at the program, and then we can get into a little more on how much our community is benefiting from this.
Yeah. Okay, guys, tell us, what is Build a Plane for folks who have never heard of it before?
Boy, that's a real general question.
Yeah, in that book.
It's a program to mentor high school age students with an eye towards, it's kind of a STEM operation. It's an eye towards interesting young people, not only in aviation, but aviation-related fields. This is Aerospace Valley is a wealth of retired people with a lot of experience, and they mentor high school students from anywhere. We've had some show up from Lancaster, for example. But we've just used word of mouth up to now, and we're getting a little bit of a dwindling attendance. So we thought we'd talk to Ashley and see what she could do for us.
Awesome. And you mentioned, Aerospace Valley, right? So that includes folks out at the Mojave Space and Airport, Edwards Air Force Base, NASA, Palmdale, all of those companies down in there.
Right.
There are so many high-level aerospace industries, right, are in our neighborhood, and these very educated aerospace experts that are then lending their knowledge to this program, right?
That's correct. In fact, in Hangar 17, the mentors have on the order of about 300 years experience in aerospace.
That's awesome. And it's so cool to think, too. It's not that, smaller companies don't also offer important knowledge and information, but to be taught by somebody who's worked at NASA or, out at these burgeoning technologies is just so cool that these kids here in Tehachapi get that exposure.
And for free. Yeah, you're not going to, you can pay an arm and a leg elsewhere, and you're not going to get the expertise you're getting here.
Yeah, it's super cool. So, we talked kind of the gist of the program, but what is it that students are going to come in and learn about in the day-to-day during the program?
Well, we have a process where we start with a list of skills that we're going to teach them. It's as simple as reading a drawing and reading the plan that goes with the drawing, drilling a hole, laying out a pattern, working with metal, bending metal. When they've worked through that short list of 25 items to learn, then we hand them a toolbox kit. And it's a kit that is designed and provided with funding from Vans Aircraft. And that's a company that we have built a couple of their airplanes. And this toolbox is basically, it represents all the skills that it takes to build the airplane. So in that toolbox kit, they're drilling holes and driving rivets and building a functional sheet metal toolbox that represents an airplane. When they've done that correctly and we approve them to move on, then we put them to work on playing with the actual airplane build. So they read the plans, they read the drawings, they do a job with oversight from the mentors. But it's the students' hands that are doing the work in general.
It's awesome. And so kind of the big goal, correct me if I'm wrong though, is to put together a plane from scratch. These kids are, well, from a kit, I should say, but to put together a plane that then gets flown by one of the pilots, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So the kit comes as a crate full of sheet metal. And that's what it is. That's what we start with.
Gotcha. That's so cool. I mean, what a whoa moment for these kids to think like, whoa, I can put together a plane and watch the plane that I helped, put some bolts in or drilled some holes into, take off and fly in the air.
Yeah.
How many planes, throughout the duration of this program have come to fruition and been flown?
Well, we've only had one that we've flown.
Okay.
We have two more that we're working on now.
Gotcha.
We don't have a schedule to produce an airplane. We have our priority is to educate young people, and so we're pretty slow building, but we don't care.
Have you seen kids go into the industry after being a part of the program?
Sure have. We have a guy and they stay in touch with me.
That's the best.
This young one man had just got his instrument instructor rating, and he is teaching other young people to fly. And he's got an application into an airline. He's going to become an airline pilot. Young lady graduated from college down in UCLA. She's a chemical engineer.
Wow.
She was up about a month ago and insisted on buying my breakfast, which was kind of cool. Another one flew chase on my first flight of the Zenith in another airplane. She is graduating this year as an engineer. Her revelation when she went through the program was that, hey, math has a practical use. And she decided to become an engineer based on that. So, yeah, we're influencing a lot of young people, but the young people that come to us are extremely sharp young people. It's a pleasure to work with them.
Now, you mentioned, obviously, I am assuming a lot of the kids that join this program probably have an existing interest in engineering or aerospace or, related to that field. Do these students need to have a set education level or expertise at all to be able to be part of this program?
No, many of the kids that come to us have near zero skills.
Okay.
Their thumbs work really well on Game Boy, that kind of thing. And in our high schools now, in our education system, there isn't much for vocation. There's no more machines in a shop class. There's none of that. So we start with high school age students that may or may not have ever touched anything mechanical. So it runs the gamut from never seen it to some of them that have been very interested in hobbies of motorcycles and that sort of thing that kids get into.
And
so
then not only do the students go to college, but a lot of them go into trades.
Yeah.
One of the young men was wiring the runway signs out there, and then you have friends working for Diesel,
right? Yeah.
Which is windmills, repairing windmills, and they've really advanced quite quickly.
It's very impressive to see how a program like this can really help inspire and, of course, educate these kids to continue to pursue these high-level careers. How did you two get involved with the Build a Plane program?
Well, I guess I started it
okay.
through the Tehachapi Society of Pilots when it existed. And I have no idea how this happened. But a donor in North Carolina, anonymous, gave me a grant of $75,000 to start it.
Wow.
And I hadn't applied for a grant. I don't know who he is. But basically, that's the first airplane right there. But it kind of caught on based on that. And we are where we are today.
Awesome. And Tim, what about you?
I kind of got recruited by some friends that are in the aerospace field and just got invited to show up. And I was freshly retired and kind of looking for something to keep myself busy.
Now, what is the schedule like for the class? Is it weekly, monthly? What does that look like?
2 days a week. We go 3 to 5 Mondays and Wednesdays.
Okay.
During the winter or during the school year. And in the summer, we go from 8 to 11 in the morning.
Okay.
A little bit longer session, a lot more comfortable.
How do they go about getting in contact with you if they want to join?
They can call and leave a message. My number is 661-942-3156. And then I'll call them back and we'll meet down at the airport. I'll show them around.
Awesome.
It's all easy.
And which hangar is it that we house Build a Plane out of?
We've got a number.
Oh, a couple, right?
Yes.
The city's been very supportive, and without them, we'd really have a problem existing, probably. But they lease a facility to us at a very attractive rate that we use to start the training. And then another gentleman has leased us 17 West since we started, and again, very reasonable. And plus, I've made a few modifications to the hangar. I always call him first, and his response is, "Hey, it's your hangar. Do what you want." It's just really pleasant. And the city's letting us store some stuff in the first hangar. I have a hangar that I have the first airplane in. So, and Tim's hangar is interesting because we've kind of set up a machine shop in there. We had donations from Northrop Grumman and who else? Did Boeing give us some stuff? Air Force. We got to go ahead.
No, I think it's just Northrop Grumman.
Say the tools we got in the machine shop. And if we need to make a part, we take kids down there and let them learn how to use the tool.
Yeah, we have enough machines and tools in there to take sheet metal and turn it into an airplane part.
Okay, very cool.
So we have sheet metal shears and brakes, which is a bending machine. We have a small roll, make circular parts out of aluminum. We have a lathe,
a metal lathe,
different sanders, and bandsaw to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People donate things. We have a forklift. We have all kinds of tools, and it was all just donated to us.
That's awesome. Tons of amazing resources for these kids.
Yeah.
What's the class size like, or what's kind of your max? What are you looking at?
Well, we have, right now we're showing about, 10 to 12 every session. We'd like to have 16 or 18.
Okay.
We could probably handle up to 20, but then it's a problem with the number of mentors. That's really what limits us.
Okay.
So would you say you're looking for more mentors as well?
Yes.
Yeah, always. I think we've got about 6 now.
No, we got more than that. We got about 8. Yeah, 8 or 9.
What are some of their backgrounds, your mentors? Is it all, a variety, engineers, technicians, all sorts of, backgrounds?
We got a wide variety. I'm an ex-test pilot,
okay.
And then became a business executive after that. Tim was a production manager at Boeing. And as a test pilot, then I went to, after the Air Force career, I went to Hughes Aircraft and worked on a bunch of DARPA classified programs, which are very interesting because DARPA will not fund a program that has a higher than 50% chance of success. So you're really hanging it out and really trying to make breakthroughs type thing. Wayne was with Northrop Grumman. He spent some time up at Area 51. He'd worked on the B-2. I think Lee and Roger also worked on the B-2. Not sure about Bill and Stan.
My grandmother worked on the B-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was with Lockheed Martin.
Yeah, I was the Hughes site manager on the B-2 at South Base. We've got 2 who are Thai and Hispanic who aren't in aerospace, but their daughter came, and so they help with the early training. She is extremely organized. I mean, she's probably done more good for the program than anybody. And they drive up from the desert.
Wow.
Every day.
That's great.
That is awesome. And this is an ongoing, would you say, enrollment? Can kids join at any time throughout the year?
Anytime, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And also, if they go to, I believe, one of the charter schools, they do get high school credit for it.
Yeah,
cool.
The Valley Oaks Charter School, give them credit for it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's huge. Maybe we should get something on the website, Jane.
I would definitely agree.
Okay, so be on the lookout for that, listeners. We'll have that on our website, more information about the Build a Plane program. I'm curious, to you guys, what has been some of the, most rewarding moments or experiences through this program? I'm sure obviously getting to fly the plane has been awesome, but what else stands out to you guys?
When a young person shows up and they're so shy they barely speak, and a year later they're giving presentations to large groups of people about aerospace.
That's awesome.
Megan was that way.
That's the one.
Yeah, and
Yep.
she formed a group for lady engineers in college.
Oh, cool.
She went and spoke to the Mojave plane crazy days. But at first, I'd go over and say, Megan, go ahead and assert yourself. Get in there, because she'd be kind of standing back. And boy, what a change.
That's awesome. Building confidence and
Yes.
building planes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And becoming leaders.
Yeah.
When they start out, they're kind of working individually. Then they join a team with a mentor over about 2-3 students. And as they progress, they become the leader of a group, and the mentor just kind of watches them. And you'd be surprised at how those students become leaders.
That is really awesome.
Yeah, they learn how to manage a project. And that's not just for aerospace. That can be for anything in life.
Yeah.
Problem solving. Yeah.
That's a huge skill to have. And again, doesn't cost anything to join this program. It's right here at the Tehachapi Airport. So another cool perk, I suppose, about the program is that you get to check out what's happening at the airport. We always have interesting planes and helicopters and vehicles of all sorts on the airport, right, Ashley?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Kern County Fire is out there too. You get to watch some of their operations. But yeah, just a fantastic resource.
Another thing to mention is there's part of our program is Eagles.
Young Eagles.
Yeah, young Eagles, where we actually offer airplane rides to kids.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they get to kind of earn a flight, do good work, and go for a ride.
Cool.
So,
I'm sure that, again, is another just big inspiration point for the kids. It's an eye-opener of like, oh, yeah, this is really cool. Something that I'd like to do, as a job, as a career. Very cool opportunity for these kids. Do you guys have, flight simulator programs that the kids can do?
Yes, we do. As a matter of fact, quite nice one. The Air Force Flight Test Center has loaned us one indefinitely.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we've got it set up so they can fly an airplane. Yeah, it's got a big screen for visual.
So do we have a Learn to Fly program next?
Yeah.
Good. The seat actually moves.
I'd like to have that.
Nice.
Yes.
All right. You can head that one up, Tom.
Well, awesome. Anything in closing, guys, about the program, or actually any closing thoughts?
No, it's just a wonderful program. As you know, I'm a part of the Association of California Airports Board, and other airports don't have this.
Yeah.
I think there's one other that I know of in the state that has something kind of similar, but still, you're not looking at the mentors that we have here. So we're in a great location. So if you have your child has the opportunity to be able to become a part of this, it's huge. You're not going to see this elsewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Would highly encourage people to check it out. Paul, remind the people again how to best reach out to you if they want to join.
Call me at 661-972-3156 and leave a message, and I'll call you back and we'll arrange to meet.
Awesome. Okay, and Jane and I will work on getting some information on the website as well, liveuptehachapi.com, so that you can go back and refer to, and we'll put some more information in the show notes for this. But thank you, Tim and Paul, both for joining us and talking all about the Build a Plane program.
Thank you.
Ashley, Jane, thanks as well for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. If you are listening and have any questions, you can also email us, media@tehachapicityhall.com, and we'll get those directed to the right place. As always, thanks so much for listening, and we hope to catch you back here next time on Tehachapod.